I have this letter from my 6-year-old son for you. He really wanted to be here, but he didn't understand.
21 and up, I know.
So, my question is, his father passed away. What advice would you give to a little boy who thought he had to be 7 years old? You'll read that in here. To be here. Just to not give up and keep going in life. Kind of like you did.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a weird one. I lost a friend a year and a half ago to suicide, and his brother said something that really stuck with me. He should talk about missing his dad until it gets boring. Like, sometimes we neglect to talk about what hurts the most because that's the easy way to do it. It's like you take a painkiller for your headache instead of remembering to drink your water and eat your foods. It's this whole idea that things can go away if we neglect them. But imagine that you're a house and there's something wrong with the foundation. You can't just neglect that. You need to fix the concrete under your house. Otherwise your house is going to crumble and you might die inside that house one day. I had a dad who fixed our house all the time. And I can't do all that. Like, I can't build anything. I have artist's hands, as my dad said. And I've done my best to just talk about it until it got, at least to some degree, boring. He's old enough to write down his thoughts now. He wrote me a letter. He could write letters to his dad. Just, like, no one has to read them. But if he wants someone to read them one day, that's like just writing down how he feels and what he misses and why. And I sometimes keep an emotion diary. It's kind of like tracking what you eat, but instead you're tracking what you feel and what makes you feel in which way and why on what days. And suddenly you can find these patterns. It's like, I don't miss my dad around my birthday or the day he died. It's now, Christmas. But you don't know that until years have gone by. And if you don't keep track of how you feel and why you feel it and with who. And like, he's not old enough to have like really, really bad friends yet, I guess. But I realized that I felt worse around certain people. They just made me feel bad. And now that I've cut them out of my life, it's like, wow, I can actually make it through talking about my dad in this way without having to go off stage. And like, I trashed a backstage once completely just because I couldn't contain it anymore. And that was when I realized, like, do I want to be that guy? To like break a chair in someone else's backstage? Like, forget about the fact that I'm paying for it afterwards. It's more the fact that I now let someone think that I'm a bad person just because I couldn't control myself. And that was because I tried to control how I felt, instead of letting it out. I've written 20 songs about my dead dad, but I didn't release them all, like, because they're not all that good. But I needed to write them for me, right? And that's what you need to do with your son. Do all the things he needs to do, and talk about the things he needs to talk about. I have a 3-year-old daughter that asks me, "Where's your dad?" I'm like, wow. He's in heaven, I guess, is the only way to explain it, even though I'm not religious. But it's kind of how I'm trying to explain to my daughter that, like the cat that lived around the corner isn't here anymore, so is my dad not here anymore. Like, bringing it down to his level, and still understanding that he's an adult. We're the weird ones. We're the kids that forgot how to have fun. Like, children know it all. Intuitively, they know it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so